everybody's ship-shape and ready. The first show of the season starts in a couple of weeks. So we gotta get this place cleaned up and organized so that we can start building the sets tomorrow. People focus! Beth, you've done this before. It's time to whip these guys into shape. I gotta go make some phone calls. I'll be back in a minute. You're in charge.
Okay, listen up, people! Put down your phones and rattle your bones. Time is short and so is my temper. So let's get cracking. Jack! Dismantle any of the old flats that can't be reused as is, but save everything usable and we'll rebuild what we can. Owen! Glad you could make it out. I know you haven't been involved with Pier 1 before. We need all the volunteers we can get. Do you have any carpentry skills at all? Doesn't matter. Grab Screwgun and help Jack.
Check. I missed auditions for the first show, but I'll be there next time. Did a lot of acting back east in college. Can't wait to get started here in Alaska.
Great. Okay, silence! Yeah. See what you can do about the railing and the light booth. I don't want another techie landing in the middle of the audience during a dramatic monologue. Oliver!
Yeah.
We need a few more sheets of plywood for flats. Make a run some spinards. Oh, and while you're at it, grab a couple of gallons of Lance Peterson black. The stage floor needs a fresh coat.
Got it. Rollers, brushes.
They'll be closed by the time we're ready to paint. We'll do that last thing before we lock up for the night.
Yeah, you're right, Gulliver. Grab half a dozen rollers, harder than Trey Lennon while you do. Eleanor! Yes, I'd like you to go through the makeup and toss anything that's dried up and useless. Make a list of basics we'll be needing throughout the season.
Yeah. So, can we get some wipes and stuff too? It's hard to get that stuff off the tonight and get that water.
I know it's early, but I'd like you to get started on the harness and tackle for Peter Pan. Remember, Pan is a 70-year-old woman, not some 70-pound sprite. So make her run. I'm on it. Terrific! Make sure the pulleys and stuff are secured. The joists above the stage are old. Make sure to check for rot before you attach anything. What's going on with concessions?
The refrigerator is clean and defrosted, and the popcorn machine is clean, and it's all ready to go. Should I make a batch of popcorn for the crew?
Have the fire extinguishers been tested this year?
Yeah, done, tested, and in place. The fire marshal won't have any complaints there.
I love coming out to the spit for the first time in the spring before it gets all touristy and crazy. In a couple of weeks, there won't be a single parking space and it'll be a zoo. Moose, pooparians, and pukers, and the seasonal workers will be arguing over the last few rentals that haven't gone Airbnb.
Yeah, the spit's where the action is in the summer for sure. But boy, not like it was when I got here. When I first got here, I lived in a tent made out of old pallets and biscuit on the beach, right over where the Seafair Memorial is now. Worked in Seward fish on the slime line.
Oh, slime line.
Yeah, don't ask. Terrible job. But I partied every night sharing a case of beer with all the other spit rats. And hung over every morning. You young'uns missed some good times. And then when we finally saved up enough money, we'd party at the Salty Dog until the wee hours of the morning.
I filleted halibut one summer for a charter outfit. Don't talk to me about slime.
Oh yeah, there's a reason they're called pukers. You know, Dramamine sales took a big hit during COVID, but I hear sales are booming this summer at Elmer's. And the Salty Dog's been packed every night for 3 weeks straight. So I hear. This our cosmic little town is one we've come to love. Some say that we're quirky, that fits us like a glove. We live here by the bay, that's where we work and play. So welcome to our hamlet, we hope that you can stay.
We're a little drinking village with a fishing problem. We're called the Cosmic Hamlet by the Sea. Isaiah made one shake us. The critics cannot shake us. We'll always be proud Homeroids, that's all we got to be.
We're the Cosmic Hamlet, a little drinking hamlet. Isaiah's Cosmic Hamlet, hear us shout. Unless you spend a season in a tent out on the spit, you don't know what Homer's all about.
Some folks think SUVs way we're looking for their freedom. Some came to town to homestead long ago.
Sporadically they argue, but we are here to tell you our differences will melt away just like the winter snow. We're the Cosmic Hamlet, a little drinking hamlet. Isaiah's Cosmic Hamlet, hear us shout. Unless you spend a season in a tent out on the spit, you don't know what Homer's all about. We're places far and wide, we came here for adventure. We found a home that we could call our own. We may not be urban and some things that we're insane, but we've got all that we need here in our hamlet by the bay. We're the Cosmic Hamlet, a little drinking hamlet. Isaiah's Cosmic Hamlet, hear us shout. Unless you spend a season in a tent out on the spit, you don't know what Homer's all about.
Large bottle of scotch, box of mac and cheese, coffee, frozen pizza,
What in the world are you doing?
writing a shopping list. I can't remember shit, so I use a notepad on my phone to remind me why I went to the store. I'm old. I can't type on this foolish thing. Fat thumb syndrome. One of my grandkids showed me how to do talk to text. It's changed my life.
Your grandchild?
I haven't talked to my first ex-wife in decades, but I do keep in touch with family. I'm not a monster.
So I've been told. Anyway, talk to text is great. Never tried it on my phone though. Do you know you can do the same thing on your laptop? My carpal tunnel hurts when I do too much typing. So, I use talk to text in the office for all my correspondence, letters, organizational stuff. You know, the only problem with that is that whenever anyone sticks their head into my office door, it types, "Who are you talking to?"
Maybe I should try working on a script that way. You know, something new could provide the spark I need. I gotta try something new. I know we need an end of season musical, but I got nothing. All the good stories have been told in all possible ways. Every combination and permutation has been done to death. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, I've heard it all before. You complain about writer's block. You complain about everything. But you always seem to come up with something. Just buckle down and do it. This is Pier 1's 50th anniversary. For the love of God, it's important. Tick-tock.
yeah, Pier 1's old. I'm old. We're all old. Back when Lance was running the theater, he'd say, "Write a show." And I'd write a show. It never occurred to me that I couldn't. I don't know how he did it. When Lance
told you he believed you could do something, he made you believe it too. You were like that too. Once upon a time, you inspired me to believe in myself.
I do not have time to act the muse for your tortured artiste, Dylan. I am trying to keep this organization afloat with duct tape and baling wire, so don't be such a baby and just do it.
Well, it was different back when we were married. I would hole up in my study and just work for hours. And you'd be bustling about the house, doing whatever wives do. Life was good.
Oh yeah, for you maybe. That last sentence pretty much sums up our whole marriage. We get along much better now that we're not married and there's some space between us. I do believe in you, Dylan. I'm counting on you. You've got a few good years left in you. Don't waste them.
Well, maybe you're right. Here's my religion, denomination, it's Pier 1. Hear my hymn, my paean to our not-for-profit fund. We'll gladly take your money at the door or check by mail.
The church may call it tithing, but we have merch for sale.
So hail to the theater, let's all find our lives. Let us all assemble and celebrate tonight. Ancient Greeks have given tradition, bless their hearts. So kneel before the altar, all praise your magic art. Like the pontiff at his pulpit, you can wear a silly hat.
In costume incognito, you can play a foolish brat. The theater's like religion, we pay no tax at all.
This house is our cathedral, it's relatively small. So hail to the theater, let's all find our lives. Let us all assemble and celebrate tonight. Ancient Greeks have given tradition, bless their hearts. So kneel before the altar, all praise your magic art.
Our symbol bears a smiling and a frowning mask to show that comedy and tragedy are all you need to know.
From birth straight through until the end to understand life's glory.
Shit happens, we all know it's true. It's theater, it's a story.
Well, theater does not exist without a script. That's your cue.
I know. You're right. I tend to get a little obsessive about all this, but did you ever stop to think what a strange business this is? We create lies in an attempt to get to a deeper truth. We make stuff up and expect people to believe it. We create a fantasy world, maybe because reality is just too hard to bear.
Well, the reality is there is no budget for royalties. It's either got to be something in the public domain or an original show. We've done the classics to death. Nobody comes out for Shakespeare anymore, and Moliere, he's just Shakespeare in drag. The Greeks are too depressing. And if we do one more performance of the importance of being earnest, I think I throw myself into the harbor.
Another arsenic and old lace, and I'll gladly drink the poison myself.
Well, we just put something together with some simple tunes that the audience can hum. None of that Lloyd Webber song-time stuff. You can't sing. We can't sing. We gotta fill this damn house. COVID was devastating. People got out of the habit of coming out for live theater. I, for one, do not intend to preside over the demise of live theater in Homer. We've got to step up our game.
People seem to have lost the ability to sit and be quiet for a couple of hours. Now they talk through the whole show, or they sit and stare at their phones, and they act like they're home on their couch. It's almost like nothing's real unless it's on a screen.
You've hit the nail on the head. At least with a musical, we might be able to drown out the audience. Yes. Lots of music, a huge cast, so family and friends will come out to see them. We gotta get them off the couch and out of the house, or theater as we know it will just fade away. Theater isn't sick, it's lit. The art of live performance has taken to its bed. I'd love to tread the boards with a young and lusty crew, but playing to an empty house is something I won't do.
The theater seat became a couch with a small remote to ramble and surf and pitch and grouse, complaining that there's nothing on while staring straight ahead, but never getting off their ass to see a play instead. How can we get them back to the theater? How can we fill the seat?
They're all used to screaming, it's so easy, it's so cheap.
They're used to being spoon-fed, it almost makes me weak. We must remind them it can be worth it watching a real life show. Maybe it's not bad at all. We must answer theater's call. Show them it's an art form that's unique. That's a little dire. I mean, that's my life you're talking about. But it keeps getting harder. I just celebrated the 25th anniversary of joining AARP. I can't sleep more than 2 hours at a time without having to get up and pee. My idea of getting lucky is going into the living room and remembering why. All I do is sit up nights and watch interminable reality shows while I drink myself into a stupor and fall asleep.
That's
And then I
it.
find myself dreaming about marauding bears clawing at the door of my trapline cabin, or fighting to stand up on the deck of a fishing boat while the entire Bering Sea threatens to wash over me. Or maybe I'm desperate with hunger, trying to kill a moose with my bare hands so I've got enough protein to get me through until the...
Yes, you got it. You can't even cross the street anymore without tripping over some reality show star.
Not that way.
our salvation. Why go to the theater when there's an almost endless amount of crap you can stream at home? What if one of those shows featured the wacky world of community theater on the edge of civilization in the frozen north? People outside would eat it up. What a great advertisement for live theater. A behind-the-scenes look at the interesting, quirky folks that make magic on the stage in a converted warehouse at the end of the road.
Take that, Tom Bodette.
You've watched those shows. You know people outside think we're all about eating nuts and berries and crapping in the woods.
You really think anyone in the business would seriously consider it?
Well, only one way to find out. I am going to go make some phone calls. Despite your eternal procrastination, live theater will happen this summer. We ain't dead yet.
Another day of making magic, spinning gold from drops, stoking the star-making machinery. Here where dreams come to die or come true, depending on how ruthless you're willing to be.
Where if you're talented, you're ordinary. But via chutzpah, you're gonna make the big time.
Yeah, well, it may not be much, but it's home. If you got a little moxie and a different take on things, you know, a unique angle, we can go far in this business.
Oh yeah.
Come on, you guys. Stop with the word games and let's get down to business here. This is our town. This is our industry. And this is where the rubber meets the road. So let's get to work. I will take care of the distribution angle. Kristen, you find the next generation of reality show stars. Luke will find the funding, and Ace here, he'll convince the local yokels that we are the key to their future stardom.
All right, well, we're almost through editing Sled Wars, Paws and Claws, but it's the last season. Damn Musher's wife left him, moved to Anchorage to start this dog grooming business called Yellow Snow Boutique. He's devastated. He's moving to Acapulco to sulk about it. And we got nothing in development to take its place either. You know, those damn Alaskans are getting cagey. They started to figure out this little gold mine that we discovered, and now they're asking for the big bucks for us to script their lives for them.
Something will come along. There are strange things done in the Midnight Seven. When they do, we'll be there with a camera. Hey, Susie, do you have a contract for Discovery Channel? I know it's a long shot, but nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Leave it to me. After the elevator pitch I gave to those development guys last week, they're just waiting for a full proposal to jump.
Elevator pitch? I thought you said we didn't have anything in the pipeline.
You don't need to know the kind of bullshit I got to sling to keep you three employed. Just give me something I can tie up in a full contract and leave it to me. I'll take care of the rest.
I got a tip about an Asian cannabis farmer who's trying to crossbreed pot with cabbage in order to produce 100 pounds of bud per plant. Calls himself Matanuska Thunderchuck. Look, you're the money man. What do you think?
Hey, I've heard worse ideas.
Yeah, not in this decade.
All right, well, the market will tolerate at least a couple more shows about Alaska before it's all yesterday's news. I know I'd like to visit again. It's a long way from my ex, and distance does help.
But Alaska's been done to death. I mean, if you want to make a mark in this town, you gotta have an angle. You know, just a little twist on a proven scheme. You know, get not too far ahead of the audience. Just something a little different. Yeah. Well, like Ace said, you need a new angle.
When I Could I even fake it? There's money to be had for an enterprising laddie.
Oh, bitch, that is classy.
Borrow lassie with a chassis.
The California dream, at least that's how it seems. So welcome to our town. It's where it all goes down. A smile is just a frown upside down in LA, our hometown. It's the city of angels, everyone dreams. The city of angels, everyone schemes. Everyone's got an angle, and nothing is too extreme. Yes, the city of angles can be unkind. It's rough and it's raucous, they'll steal your line. Everyone's got a handout, and we won't be left behind. So welcome to our town. It's where it all goes down. A smile is just a frown upside down in LA, our hometown. Alright, well, Ace and I will take care of the angle, but without the loop, we can't do shit. How's the money coming, man?
Well, that's the problem. The last show we did cost us way more than we thought it would. Who knew that Alpo was so expensive in the bush? Add to that the fact that one of my guys got himself in a little bit of trouble with the local DA. Something about he was paying off a hooker and writing it off on his taxes as a donation for a home for unwed mothers. So he's out. Ouch.
Well, he's just one guy, though. You're the finance wizard. You gotta have other sources.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a problem. Banks want to charge an arm and a leg in interest these days, and venture capital is tied up in green this and sustainable that, and everybody's gone bonkers for AI.
AI?
AI? AI? What world do you live in? AI? Artificial intelligence. ChatGPT is writing papers for high school and college kids, and nobody can tell the difference. Artificial intelligence is driving cars and developing drugs. Shit, it'll be writing screenplays sooner than you know it, and we will be out of jobs. It is irrelevant.
It can't be that bad.
Well, it is that bad. The younger generation, they don't want what we're slinging. They're watching YouTube followers and following short-form social media posts. Everybody's a content creator these days. If we have any chance at relevance in the future, we have to entirely depend on the group geriatric crowd out there who are still paying their cable bills. And as long as they keep paying their cable bills, we can squirrel a little bit of money away and still have enough to move to Mexico.
Yeah, I get what you're talking about, man, but you're talking long term. What about now? What about today? I got bills. You got bills. Hell, all God's children got bills.
Yes, we do. And you know, let me tell you, if you can't beat them, you join them. I've sunk every penny I can get my hands on into cryptocurrency. Now I know what you're thinking. And it gets worse because I had to borrow some from a little off the books group of money lenders, if you know what I mean. But the money's appreciating month over month, and in a couple of months we're gonna have enough money to do any friggin' show we want.
Oh, are you sure about this, man? You could be opening yourself up for some busted kneecaps if this doesn't work out.
Yeah, and crypto, hell, that ain't even real money. That's some kid in his pajamas making up shit on a computer, sitting in his parents' basement somewhere in Lower Slobovia.
You think a dollar bill is real money? Or a debit card? Nah, man, it's all just bits of information floating out in the cloud. It doesn't exist unless we say it exists. It's all up to what we believe in. Hell, a dollar bill, all that is backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. And quite frankly, their credibility is lower than whale shit right now.
Yeah, I see your point.
At the end of the day, I would still trust the kid sitting in his pajamas in his parents' basement in Lower Slavonia. It's a digital game. I once thought it lame. It's crypto. But the profits are huge, so don't be a stooge. It's facto ipso. It's all good in a blockchain, a digital maze. The feds cannot track it. Get on with the craze. It's like a drug. It's the new purple haze. Invest now, don't let it pass you by. And it's sweet. Join the elite. Put your money where your mouth is. Beat your feet. Shoot the moon. I really mean it. It's a bellroom Ponzi scheme. It's time to make your dreams a welcome. So we're doing it now, what the law will allow. Get with it. If in person seems spendy, it's gonna be trendy, that's the spirit. Are you in, are you out, are you coming along? Don't be left behind, this is where you belong. Just join a choir, time to sing a new song. Amen. The sky's the limit now.
Reality.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm the business manager for Pier 1 Theater in Homer, Alaska. And I think you should do a reality show about community theater in Alaska.
Stand by. It's Alaska. Some lady says she wants to do a proposal for a new series. You want to take this one?
Alaska. Where in Alaska?
Homer.
Does she fish? Or mine for gold? Or skin cute furry little animal? Smelly money here.
No. She says she runs a small community theater.
That is certainly different. You know what, Susie? What the hell? Take down her information. I'll give her a call back. I'm going to lunch.
You're not seriously thinking of calling her back, are you?
Well, sure. Why not? This reeks of desperation. They don't want a lot of money. They just want some exposure. And if we can get people to sit down for like, I don't know, an episode, 2, maybe 3, it's just going to benefit all of us. And at the end of the day, the combination of the two things, well, that's our bread and butter, folks.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It is.
Talk to text. Ah, here it is. Test. 1, 2, 3. This is only a test. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Amazing. Well, getting down to business. Notes for our final show of the season. Let's see. Sondheim and Bernstein made a bazillion bucks turning Shakespeare into musical theater. They had sharks and jets in New York. They've certainly got sharks. What else have we got? Seasonal affective disorder, long winter nights, melancholy Dane. That's it. Existential angst fueled by cabin fever. Why not a Hamlet musical? Wait. A musical comedy entirely in iambic pentameter. I bet that's never been done. Let's see. 5 metrical feet, each consisting of one unstressed syllable followed by one stressed syllable. Ta-dum, 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 ta-dum. I'd like to write Elizabethan rhyme. Ta-dum, 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 ta-dum. It can't be all that hard to write a song with 5 iambic beats. You can't go wrong. The couplet form is common. It is true. The rhyme scheme always comes in sets of 2. I have some small facility with rhyme, but doggerel like this should be a crime. They laughed me off the stage. Did I recite this crap at Poetry Slam on Friday night? Hello?
Hi, Grandpa. It's me, Liz. I'm in big trouble.
What's wrong? Where are you? Are you calling from school?
Yeah, school's the trouble. It's English. It's my professor. He's sure that I didn't write my term paper.
Well, did you hand it in? I mean, on time and everything?
Yeah, I handed it in. He thinks I didn't write it. He thinks I used computer-generated text. He says it doesn't sound like my style at all.
Well, of course you used a computer. I use a computer. Everybody uses a computer. Nobody uses a typewriter anymore.
No, you don't understand. He thinks I used ChatGPT. You know, artificial intelligence? I mean, I did use it, but like I changed some of the words. I didn't just copy it. The ideas are sort of my own. Oh, he could fail me. I really need this class, Grandpa.
Slow down, sweetheart. Chat? What? GPT? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's basically a really smart computer program that can answer questions, explain stuff, and, you know, talk to you, imitate a real person, like what a real person would say to you. It basically does a really quick Google search, organizes what it finds, puts it into sentences to answer your question. It can even do stuff like write poetry if you give it a topic. But, I mean, everybody's using it.
Well, honey, I don't know what to tell you. This is way over my head. Let me look into it, and I'll get back to you. Just don't worry about it. I'm sure you didn't do anything wrong. I love you. You'll figure this out. Google, what is Chat GPT? No, damn it, I know it's French for cat. I want the program that writes stuff. What'd she call it? Artificial intelligence. Oh, yeah, AI. Google, find Chat GPT artificial intelligence program. Here's something. Log in. Oh, crap, not another password to remember. Okay, you can use your Google account to log in. Let's see what this thing can do. Write a song about iambic pentameter in iambic pentameter. Holy crap. This can't be real. What's happening? Oh. With Shakespeare's words, it made its greatest fame. A sonnet's beauty, love's immortal flame. A pulse that beats in stressed and unstressed feet. A perfect verse.
Oh my God! They said yes. At least maybe there's a chance we can do this thing.
What? Oh, you mean the reality show thing?
Yeah.
So, what do we do now?
Well, they're only going to come and do one episode this season. Just a pilot to see if there's a market for such a thing. I told them we were going to do Hamlet. It's obvious. You're not going to come up with anything in time, so we're stuck with the class.
Just now, hold on just a minute. Back up a little bit. I've been thinking. How about an updated Hamlet? I've been playing with the idea of a musical comedy about the melancholy Dane set right here in Homer.
What have you been smoking?
Bear with me here. Homerites will love the local references. The pukers think it's charming local color. And it'll have a big enough cast that if their family and friends all show up, at least the house won't be empty.
Well, there's that.
Okay. So the mayor, Hamlet's father, walks in on his brother in bed with his wife and drops dead of a heart attack. The brother marries the wife, becomes mayor. The city council's in an uproar. Hamlet accidentally knocks Ophelia's father, who's city manager, in the head with a brailer bag while they're checking for code compliance on the fish dock, and Polonius falls into the hold of the time bandit and breaks his neck. And Ophelia drowns herself in the fishing hole after overdosing on antidepressants.
I don't think a play where all the characters end up dead is the best narrative arc for a musical comedy. I mean, you're good, but you're no Trey Parker. Although, the idea of eating one's companions after a winter of cabin fever does hold some resonance with Homer.
And trust me on this. I can do this. I know I can. I'll call it the Cosmic Hamlet.
The name's a little twice, but it'll do for a working title. Okay, I am just excited and happy to see you excited about something again. It's like old times.
Good luck.
Can I have everyone's attention, please? I know you're in the middle of Hell Week with Cosmic Hostel, but I've got some exciting news to tell you about. Earlier this season, I got in touch with Reality Visions Production, and they're gonna come to Homer and do a show about Pier 1 Theater. We are gonna have our own reality show. Okay, I've got some releases for you all to sign. Just a formality, that's all. Maybe next time this year, we're gonna be a household name all over the country. Okay, so while you're all filling out your paperwork, I've got the cast list for Cosmic Hamlet. Thank you all for auditioning. Now listen up. Owen, you're going to be our Hamlet. I know you're new to town. What a way to jump in with both feet. Congratulations.
Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, I haven't seen the full script yet, just what you gave us for auditions. When do you think it'll be ready?
Patience, my boy. We'll have it any day now. Now, Olivia, you're our Ophelia.
I've always wanted to play Ophelia. Do you think Dylan saw that in my range? He can transpose them if they're not right. Does he know I'm less than fan now?
Oh, don't worry. We'll take care of everything. Now, Jack and Brooke, you are our Claudius and Gertrude.
Great.
Okay?
I used to play Ophelia, and now I'm fucking Gertrude. Dick Jagger said we drag it, it's getting old.
Reality TV? Oh my god! You know, I used to know some people involved in one of those, and it changed their lives. And not just the money. I mean, whew, I sure could use the money, but that kind of thing changes a person, and sometimes not always for the better.
I don't think fame changes you. It only reveals who you really are, if that makes sense.
I hope you're right. But who am I really? I mean, I think I'm really grounded. I think I could handle it, not get a swelled head and all, but this is big. How can a person know how to react to a huge change like this? I mean, I certainly never thought that my first performance in front of a nationwide audience would take place right here on the Homer Spit. To think I grew up doing youth theater in this very same building. I mean, I've been in all the big musicals on the Mariner stage, and I've learned so much from Lance and Monty.
Oh yeah, well, we've all learned a lot from them, and we'd be a lot worse off without those experiences. But there's big changes coming. It's a new world, young lady.
Don't I know it? Lights, camera, action! You know, I used to hate watching videos of myself perform, but they were always filmed from the back of the house with really crappy lighting and terrible sound, but with real state-of-the-art equipment. LA videographers, editors, who knows? Where's Dylan anyway? He's late. He should be here. This is his big day.
Well, punctuality has never been Dylan's strong suit.
He's probably rewriting the whole thing. Typical Dylan. He'll give us a script, and then 2 days later, want it back for rewrites. I don't know what I was thinking, he'll say. This is much better. Ugh. I'm having second thoughts about even auditioning for the damn thing. It could be a disaster. Playing Gertrude for laughs? I don't know, Jeff. He's clever. That clever?
I hope he uses some of Shakespeare's actual lines. I've been wanting to do Hamlet since I first stepped on the stage in grade school. Do you think I'll get to do the soliloquy? But a musical comedy. Doesn't Dylan realize everybody ends up dead? Maybe it's because I think he's had his fair share of divorces, and I heard he and Emily used to be married.
Oh, yeah. That ended badly. I was there for that. And I knew them both when that relationship started and when it ended. And this being theater was all rather dramatic and very public.
Have you noticed they've been acting kind of weird around each other lately?
Like that's anything new. You know, when I first met you, you seemed kind of like a loner. Just because you're new in town doesn't mean you can't hang out with us. I've never seen you at the Salty Dog getting drinks with us theater folks.
I don't get out much. This is a big leap, but this audition was important to me. I mean, it's Hamlet, for God's sake. It's kind of a big deal. Back east in college, the only place I ever felt like I belonged was on the stage. Thought I left it all behind me when I came up here. Anyways, apparently the LA folks are sending a location scout up here to scout locations. Supposed to be here later this week. Things always get weird when there's money involved.
Ugh, who knows? The people I know involved in one were pretty damn secretive about the details. But they all managed to make enough money to become snowbirds and buy a house in Fiji. Oh, but we have a much bigger cast, so I guess we'll be spread out among a lot more people. But we'll just have to see.
At least we can try and make this a true representation of what we do around here. I mean, we're not trying to bag a bear so that we have enough protein to avoid going out for pizza for an entire winter. Those folks are doing theater whether they realize it or not. At least we know what we are in advance. We're actors!
Well, I'm sure we'll all be able to handle fame and fortune without changing our sweet and gentle natures. Homewards together! We don't care how they do it outside. That's what you told me, right?
Yeah, well, if anybody thinks that an LA production crew won't change everything around here, I got a bridge to nowhere. I'm pretty sure the feds will be funding any minute now.
I mean, I for one could use a few extra bucks. I've been busting my hump weight in tables ever since I got back from college. Ever since I was young. Pier 1 has inspired me to stretch the boundaries of the possible, to be more than just an over-educated waitress with delusions of grandeur. The dating scene here is pretty bleak. I live in a dry cabin about 13 miles from town, and my dog is my best friend. You know, they used to say the odds were good and the goods were odd, but the odds aren't even that good anymore. This is my chance to shine. I've been feeling a little cramped lately, ready to leave the nest. Maybe there's a bigger stage, a better place for me. A small fish in a larger pond with opportunity. To live my life out loud and rise above the crowd. To stretch my wings and shine, and hide myself behind.
our soul here. I mean, theater is supposed to be art, right? It shouldn't just be pandering to the lowest common denominator. I mean, those guys have every reason to make us look stupid. I mean, how hard can it be with a musical comedy of Hamlet? They'll do anything for a quick buck.
Hey, come on, son, you're an Alaskan now. Think of it as a challenge. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on LA, well, just remember what I always say. WWBAD. What would Brother Isaiah do?
Brother Isaiah?
Yeah, stick around. You'll learn about the bro. He's kind of the patron saint of Homer. But listen, I've been with this outfit pretty much since it first started out, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. We're all going to wait around in a bunch of crap. We're all going to hate each other for a while. Then the show will start to come together. We'll get in front of an audience, and all of a sudden we're going to love each other. It happens every time. It wouldn't be theater without a little drama on both sides of the curtain. It seems like no matter what kind of assholes you start out with, by the end of the run, you're all family. Quirky family, but if you lovely nevertheless.
It may look like a parent chasing you, but we can make it on 7th Avenue. We'll convince you that we're royalty or convicts on the land. We'll have you eating out the morning. We'll take you to another place, a better place to be. We'll give you something to believe in, and you'll be leaving.
And me.
This little dinner full of magic. Come step outside the confines of the real, where what we show you is comedy or tragic. But as on the journey says, the more becomes the wheel. Enter our fantastic move, we'll make the rafters ring. Please share that word is on behind. You'll see something to believe in. Unite the place of
It's suspension of belief. Just leave the real world at the door. You'll laugh and then you'll cry out for more.
And yours will be precious when you realize that we have been exploiting we have something to believe in. So let's bring up the
Well, if this brings us a little publicity and puts a few butts in the seats and a few more bucks in the theater's bank account, how bad could it be?
Well, we're gonna find out, am I right?
Hey, dude. Listen, I'm looking for some theater folks. Cabby said I'd probably find them at the bar. I'm supposed to meet somebody named Emily out at the theater on the Spit tomorrow. Do you know if she's here tonight?
I haven't seen her. There's a lot of people in here from the theater, but if she said she'll meet you at the theater, she'll meet you at the theater. Who are you, anyways?
Oh, well, hey, folks. Folks, let me introduce myself. My name is Ace. I'm from LA. And yes, I am in the industry. I'm what they call a location scout. I'm here to check this place out for a little show we're calling Staging Reality. All about that little local theater you folks are so proud of. But hey, don't think I'm a total neophyte when it comes to things about Alaska. I've worked in shows all over the Great Land, and I am familiar with your reputation. But I am pleased as punch to be here in the halibut capital of the world. Hit it, doctor. I like big bucks. Sometimes I take a notion, take a little trip, take a crowd out on the ocean, catch me a whopper, throw him in the pan. Hey now, son, I'm a real fisherman. Don't have halibut in Southern California. Fish tacos only and tequila make me horny. Fish drives me crazy. It's flat and it's ugly. I get one on the line and I'll break out. Out on the bay, I see you chomp the water, drop your line real deep, like you know that you oughta. Set that hook just right, now you got him on the line. Whop him in the head now, ain't that fine? I don't like salmon, dogfish, polycod. I like halibut, yes my God. Make this something to BJ, fry it, maybe bake it. A big butt, tasty, all the other fish just make it.
Who the hell was that?
Some guy from the production company checking out the scene.
Well, he certainly is different.
It seems to me that this guy represents everything that's wrong with our culture. These people manufacture narratives to distract us from the crap that's happening all around us that make us all feel so inadequate we just give up.
Well, I guess it started. Hang on to your hat. I hope Emily and Dylan know what they're getting us into. But it's just another show. You know, Jack, I used to play the sweet young thing. And inside, that's still me. When I look in the mirror, I don't see a matronly woman of a certain age. Theater can be wonderful, but it can be cruel too. When the ingenue roles aren't offered anymore and you get to play the crone, it hurts.
I don't know how women deal with the crap they have to put up with. I mean, aging isn't fun for anybody, but it does seem to be especially hard on women. Especially in the theater, where there's such a premium on appearances.
Appearance is everything in the theater. You know, I read this book once by Kurt Vonnegut, and the moral of it was, you are what you pretend to be. And that's what theater's supposed to be, Jack. And I want to believe it's true. I hope it's true. I've been pretending all my life. Why stop now?
When we were young.
Let's say that I'm still young. I'll take myself back to my past. So many songs not sung. Let's pretend I'm a great talent. Let's say that I'm a star. Pretending makes your dreams come true. Dreams are the best by far. Real life is simply acting, choosing what roles to play. The face we show to others changes from day to day. We claim to be so authentic. We claim to show what's true. We never know ourselves at all. We never know what to do.
Well, this role is certainly not something that I've been dreaming about my whole life. Ugh, I just can't really figure out where the script is going. I mean, Dylan's written some good stuff in the past. He's a decent director.
He's a journeyman writer and director. His tunes aren't bad. They say a successful musical has people leaving the theater humming the tunes. Well, Dylan's tunes are so predictable, people come into the theater humming. At least he doesn't over-intellectualize everything. Hit your mark, say your lines, get off the stage, no nonsense. You learned that from Lance. Boy, do I miss that.
I remember that Lance used to say that the main job of the Pier 1 director was to make sure there was toilet paper in the porta potty and coffee in the lobby. Dylan could do that at least. God, how I wish Lance was still around. He always had an interesting take on things. He saw things from a different angle. I'll say that for him. Well, time marches on and none of us gets out of it alive. I used to play Hamlet's girlfriend. And now I'm playing his mother. At least I get to play opposite of you again, Jack. We make a good pair. I think that I've been married to you on stage longer than I've been married to my current husband.
Say, Owen, we're playing Ophelia and Hamlet. Both of our fathers died, we're both half crazy, and neither one of us lives to tell the tale. Sounds like the perfect musical comedy. Can you make any sense of it in the script? I was prepared to hate it, but it's got some good laughs, some good songs, and it makes sense in some weird way.
This is all new to me. I haven't seen anything of Dylan's before. I have to say, it's not all what I expected. I auditioned on a whim just because I've always wanted to do Hamlet, but this is off the charts bizarro Shakespeare. On acid. I'm not sure if it's avant-garde or just the ravings of an unhinged mind. Either way, it's nothing I expected to find at home or Alaska.
Well, I'll tell you what, this place certainly is different. What's even weirder is that we've got folks from outside coming here to put us on TV. Talk about bizarro stacked on plain nuts.
Oh yeah, this whole reality TV thing really gets to me. I spent a lot of time thinking about the nature of reality, and these days a lot of people don't accept the existence of anything if it doesn't show up on a screen of some kind.
Guilty as charged. I think I spend more time on my phone than I do with real life humans. This waitressing gig in the theater keeps me semi-social, but the rest of my free time I spend glued to a screen. I hate it, but I don't know what to do about it.
It gets complicated. What is reality? Even the ancient Greeks couldn't decide. Plato thought that the physical world was just a pale reflection of some underlying reality. Aristotle, on the other hand, believed that the world we can observe with our senses is the only world there really is.
You know, I used to pretty much agree with Aristotle on that one, but modern scientific day thinking has the same unanswered questions. Did you know that I actually majored in physics before I dropped out of college and moved back to Homer? I actually seriously considered an academic career for about 10 minutes before I finally came to my senses. There are as many theories about the nature reality as there are physicists.
That's why I've always been interested in theater. The audience, or observer, is just as much a part of the creative process as the actors and the playwright.
Quantum physics tells us it's just the observer that determines whether it counts dead or alive. Philosophers debate and add a lot of weight to questions that my mind might not survive.
But lately I have often contemplated and wondered what the fuss is all about. There's something to the argument that nothing's really real. As Leary said, I might as well tune in. Turn on, drop out. This life is just a pile of dust. The Buddha said that life is just illusion. I tried to act as if there were some meaning to it all. But if you take it seriously, you're heading for a fall. Pretend that what you see is what you get. But be aware it's all a gamble you get with your head. Existence is a complete contradiction. It's never simple as some make it seem. What's right before our eyes could be a bunch of lies. We could just be a part of something scheme. Or maybe all of this is just a dream. This life is just a pile of dust. The Buddha says that life is just illusion. I tried to act as if there were some meaning to it all. But if you take it seriously, you're headed for a fall. Pretend that what you see is what you get. But be aware it's all a gamble you can't win that bet.
You know, I haven't had this much fun since I tried psychedelic mushrooms with my freshman year roommate. Can you wait till I get off work? I'd like to continue this conversation later.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan, don't forget we're meeting with that guy at LA tomorrow at 1. Don't forget to get back here. This is a big deal. Don't fuck it up.
With Ophelia as my deckhand, I could rule the sea. not that bad. But is it me? Or is it this damn computer? Well, some of the lines sound familiar. Well, I wrote some of them. Of course I did. It's just wires, transistors, and signals traveling through the ether. I could have written something just as good, but there's a time crunch. I've got to finish this damn show. Oh, hell. Who am I kidding? It's stoking my self-loathing. My self-esteem is low. My confidence has suffered a devastating blow. I fooled myself by thinking that I could remain in control. But if they knew what I have done, I'd never write another show. It's ones and zeros posing as an artist. That's not what art's about. But damn my soul, my only goal is ending this damn creative drought. It finds a line, it fills the time, it writes a better lyric than I do. I feel like such a failure. I feel like my life is through. Is what I'm doing right or even legal? Have I finally lost my soul? My natural depressive state is causing me to lose control. Machines will soon compose a tune and do it better than a human can. Just take me out and shoot me. This life no longer suits me. I feel this pain acutely. I finally know what he meant when he said to be.
Not bad. A little self-loathing with depressive tendencies. Standard issue personality traits for creative types.
Oh, hi, Lance. What the? Would you? I went to your. I haven't had that much to drink.
Now, hold on, chum. This is theater. Home of the impossible. Playwrights understood the nexus between metaphysics and quantum physics thousands of years ago. In the vastness of space and time, if anything can happen, it will. And there's no such thing as an infinitely improbable event. So here I am. Is that a beer I see?
Oh, of course. What was I thinking?
That's more like it. Now what seems to be the problem? A little writer's block? I recognize this stage in the process. You're afraid of rejection. I know all about that. You've seen my outhouse wallpaper. I'm proud of all those rejection slips. Shows that at least I was doing the work, even if nobody else wanted it. But this is about you. You are getting ready to chuck the whole thing. This is the stage in the process where alternative universes diverge. In one scenario, you rip up that piece of crap you've been working on and start over. Then there's a universe where you give up entirely. Get a job as a Walmart greeter. Pretend these artistic pretensions never existed.
The least likely prognosis is to buckle down and grind it out. Perspiration, not inspiration. You know, that's actually my preferred alternative.
Shit, Lance, you got it all backwards. The problem isn't that the script isn't going well. It's too damn good.
And that's making you borderline suicidal?
Well, the fact is, it's not entirely my script.
I never saw you as a plagiarist. Huh?
Well, it isn't. Well, it is, but it isn't. What it is, you see, I have a collaborator that cannot be named.
You're not making sense, son.
It's this damn computer. It's written more than half the show. Music and lyrics, too. Artificial intelligence is better at this than I am. And if anybody finds out...
I may be dead, but I do keep up. You are just a prisoner of your own device. You are confusing the ethics of intellectual property with absolute morality. You seem to think there is an absolute reality. Some first principle that determines the fundamental nature of things. You know, existence, identity, space and time, cause and effect, necessity, and even possibility. Heck, no one even knows that Shakespeare himself wrote all the plays that are attributed to him. Time lends authenticity to the legacy. Just made that up. Not a bad aphorism for a dead guy. The plot for Hamlet came from Thomas Kyd, an author of a Spanish tragedy, inventor of the revenge play. Good writers borrow, great writers steal. Or so Picasso is supposed to have said. And I suppose he was quoting somebody else. Whatever. You don't have to be so uptight, chum. You're not building a piano. You're just giving folks a way to pass the time. You're just putting on a show. Remind yourself the play's the thing. It's not that complicated. Don't worry what the critics think. That you can never control. To please yourself should be your only goal. So, relax, old friend. It don't mean shit to agree. And in the end, this bottle, you and me. Let us toast Hamlet's father's ghost. I'll play him in your show for free. Oh, big me up. I'll play Yorick's skull once more. No lines to learn, just a skeletal encore. Theater's in my blood and bone. We'll have 'em rolling on the floor. When you steal a line from a dead guy, you're just honoring tradition. There are only 7 plots, as you well know. Only 12 notes on the scale. Remember this, it's all been done. It's just lipstick on a pig. You're borrowing, you're stealing stuff. The final product is yours. So have some fun and give the folks a show. Being dead is not so bad at all. What I have learned is to answer every call. Climb so high instead of falling fly. This too shall pass, so have yourself a ball. It's my time to finally depart. I'm glad that we could have this heart-to-heart. Life is short, let's have a final snort. So long, old friend, goodbye. The lights go down and the curtain goes up, does it really matter? Ultimate reality is ultimately irrelevant. That damn computer may have written a lot of words, but it didn't gather the cast and crew, forge them into a family intent on a single goal. Bring the audience into the house to be an integral part of the live theater experience. A computer can't make that kind of magic, but you can. And have. You've done it before, Dylan. You can do it again. Be proud of that. And get to work. Ave, teatrum, benedicite, week, dom we.
Damn, Lance must know somebody up there to have Schubert arranging his step off. What the hell are we talking about? Lance was always full of surprises, but I never knew he spoke Latin. Is Latin the lingua franca of paradise or wherever he ended up? Google. Translate Latin to English. Ave teatrum benedicite quic domui. Ah, here it is. Hail to the theater. Bless this house.
Hey Luke, I'm here to Homer, got here last night.
Oh, hey there, Ace. Give me a second, okay? I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. I got Kristen and Susie here with me. What's it look like?
Well, I met a few of the theater folks at the bar when I rolled into town last night. Seemed like nice enough folks. Homer's fairly civilized in a small town kind of way. Scenery's nice, not too cold. Don't quite know how we'll make a show out of this, but I guess that's your bailiwick. I'm just here to take some pretty pictures and check out the territory. I'm here at the theater now, waiting to meet the writer-director and the woman that's in charge of the outfit. Door was open, so I just walked in. This is it? We're supposed to shoot in this dump and pretend it's a theater?
That bad, huh? Well, hey, first things first, no matter what, make sure that they sign that contract in case we actually decide to go through with this.
That's right, business first. We'll take care of the details later, all right?
I got you. But from what I hear, the theater's on shaky ground financially. We can probably do this pretty cheap. Indoor location with some pretty scenery outside the door, lighting and stuff ready-made inside the theater. It's right on the road system, so no more helicopter and four-wheeler rentals to get to the site. It could be a moneymaker. The question is, will anybody watch these small-town folks try to put on a show?
But I think it was H.L. Mencken who said nobody ever went broke underestimating the intelligence of the American people.
then I'll always take a wager that will always beat the spread.
Oh, you know what, Ace? It just sounds great. Hey, look. People don't expect much out of Alaskans anyways.
Yeah.
They still think they're eating nuts and berries and crapping in the woods.
Well, hey, I gotta go. I think they just got here.
All right.
Sorry we're late. Had a problem with the padlock in the porta potty out back. Fixed now. Well, what do you think?
So, my idea is a show about an Alaskan production of Hamlet set in a small fishing village in Alaska, but with a twist. It's a musical comedy. Hey, maybe you could shoot some scenes of my creative process, you know, the tortured artist at work.
You mean you don't even have the script finished yet?
Of course I have a script. But once we get the cast together and have our first table read, things change. My creative juices as a writer and director are amplified by the collaborative process, and that's when we do our best work. I'm sure you don't approach your work with the entire script in mind before you begin. Where's the serendipity in that? Speaking of cast, why don't we bring him in so you can meet
Oh
him?
yeah, I'd love to meet the cast, sure. Yeah. Nice to meet you folks. Since we're going to be spending a lot of time together, we ought to get to know each other a bit. I'm Ace. I've worked for Luke for about a decade now. One thing I can tell you is that giving viewers a glimpse into the lives of everyday people is a lot harder than it looks. When we put most people in front of a camera, they start acting like they're performing in front of an audience. Now you folks do that here all the time, but we're looking for some behind-the-scenes stuff. You know, real-life drama. The nitty-gritty of what it takes to make a show a success. Now backstage, you're going to have to forget everything you've learned about acting. Being yourself is one of the hardest things to do when people are watching. There, that's my spiel. Don't let it scare you. Just come along for the ride, be yourselves, and let my crew take it from there.
Well, sounds like good advice. Can't wait to get started.
Yeah, well, I'm going back to LA now. Now that I've had a look around, I'll talk to the people in the head office. We'll start putting together a crew. And shoot, we ought to be able to set up here in Homer in a week or so.
Great.
Yeah.
Questions?
Hey, isn't that the guy from LA from the bar last night? Well, right. Now that Maud is over, we can finally concentrate on Dylan's musical. I'd almost forgotten about Dylan's Cosmic Hamlet, but I guess things are starting to come together now. Dylan's in his usual pre-show depression, claiming everything's crap, but the latest script doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's got some problems, but you know, what script doesn't?
Well, personally, I don't give a rat's ass if the script's a turkey. As long as it has some good tunes, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted. I mean, I've always dreamed of playing Hamlet, sure, but this rewrite is embarrassing. Is Hamlet feigning madness? Dylan seems to be saying Hamlet has a serious case of ADHD. Don't even get me started on the whole Polonius hiding behind a Braille bag on the fish dock and falling into the hole of the time bandit, because that makes absolutely no sense. Is it a comedy? A tragedy? It's just a mishmash. This kind of thing's tough to play for laughs. I'm not sure Dylan's up to it.
You may be right. I mean, Dylan's written some good stuff like 20 years ago, but he is really reaching on this one. Maybe it's time to put it on texture?
Well, the play within a play thing, having them attend a Pier 1 show behind the Pratt, is clever on some levels, but really.
You may be right, but this is a ridiculously meta experience.
You know, I'm not really sure how I feel about Ophelia's song. I mean, really? The song's listing the medications I'm taking to treat the depression after Hamlet kills my father? I'm just suffering the natural consequences of trauma. I've got fucking PTSD. I should be smoking pot and I'll take in a bunch of downers. Where's Dylan's head anyway?
He seems to think Hamlet is some sort of deranged millennial living in his parents' basement. I mean, I get that he lived in the palace with his folks, but he went to school. He knows what's up. Better than the rest of the characters, at least.
You know, we as actors do have agency. We can, to some extent, tweak the text with our own interpretation. The problem is, though, that the director is also the playwright. That complicates things. We've got to stick together if we're going to make this work. Dylan is wrapped around so tight with that TV show he'll be putty in our hands. He's a good guy, he's just old and struggling to be relevant.
You listen to us.
You know, I'm really glad I met you. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have made it through these past couple months. Summer's the crazy season, with work, theater, the pressure to make enough money to survive getting laid off in the winter. I hope this isn't just another theater romance. That's such a cliche.
After everything we lost in crypto, our rather unconventional Las Vegas investors will be on their way to break our legs with baseball bats or worse. We have to get ourselves to a little Caribbean island that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States. I already got the tickets. Grab your coat, your hat. It's just like a rat. We're leaving.
Ship that is sinking. Oh, what were we thinking? Our belief.
all gone down the tubes. We were a couple of roots. It's all over now. They've got us by the fuse.
Lieutenant, my friends, I'm an innocent Jew. The ceiling's crashing down upon our heads.
There's no hope. Life's such a dope. But no matter what occurs now, I can cope. We can still let out our feet if we are fast enough to beat it. We were just a little indiscreet. You were right from the start, though it breaks my heart to say it.
The money was funny, there's no milk and honey, so let's pray it doesn't fall on our heads. Come on the money, there's trouble ahead. I thought it was gold, it was just dragon's head.
It's time to leave LA far behind.
That bad, huh? Alright, give me a couple hours to go home and get my stuff. I'll meet you here.
What? No. You are going nowhere. Don't go anywhere near your apartment. The cab's on its way. Go with the clothes on your back and be happy we're leaving with our limbs intact.
Got it, Fitbit, we got company.
Hey, Ace!
That was Alaska.
Oh, shit. Hi, Ace. How's it going? Good to see you. Glad you're back.
Yeah, well, same old, some relatively normal folks living in an exceptionally atypical universe.
Oh.
And then a few strange individuals you wouldn't find anywhere else.
We weren't expecting you back so soon.
Yeah, but hey, believe it or not, I think you three may have actually come up with something.
Really?
These people are strange enough to be interesting and normal enough to be relatable. And the setting is spectacular. I think it might actually work. Oh, and the playwright, he's a little full of himself and he don't have much talent, but he's a real character. He's going to be a great foil for the actors. Oh, some of whom may actually be pretty good, or at least better than the material they're going to have to work with. Oh, and the theater is perfect. An old, rundown, abandoned warehouse with no running water, minimal heat, uncomfortable seating, right next door to a fish cleaning station that smells like yesterday's lox and bacon, and a rather rank porta potty out back for the cats to use.
Well, Ace, you know what? That's just great. Look, we got some appointments. We didn't know you were coming back so early, so we're going to have to catch up with you later.
Yeah, no, I think you really got a viable property here.
Great. How about you go home, write up your report, and tomorrow morning we'll run up the flagpole for some of our people.
Well, I thought you were our people. But hey, I got them signed, sealed, and delivered right here.
Great. Wonderful job, Ace. Talk to you later. Gotta go. I've lived in LA my whole life. Sure, we had traveled a lot for the shows that we did, but I always knew I could come back.
Oh, surely we can come back. I mean, this isn't forever. I mean, after things cooled off, I mean, it's not forever, is it?
Are you kidding me? By the time things cool off, we'll be sitting in wheelchairs somewhere. We'll have forgotten this place ever existed.
Always the optimist, huh? Well, I'm sure gonna miss this place.
Dylan, do you have the final version of the script yet? The LA crew is gonna be here any day. And you say you want to tweak some things? No, time is up.
To be perfectly honest, there have been a few snags. I've been having a lot of self-doubts around this show. It's either the best thing I've ever written or an unmitigated pile of crap. I just don't know. Lance says I should just put it out there and let the audience be the judge.
Lance? Lance who? Lance has been gone for almost a year now.
I mean, Lance would have said. He always supported me, no matter what I did. He was my biggest fan, and I guess I just assumed that he would tell me to push it through and just do it. But the one thing I don't want to do is to let him down. His memory, I mean. Without Lance, Pier 1 wouldn't exist. I wouldn't exist as a playwright. I've been under a lot of stress. Writing is just a process of self-discovery. And I've learned a lot lately, but I haven't been totally honest with you. There are some things that you need to know.
Oh no. It's all gone upside down. It's all over. They're not coming. Oh, Dylan, I've screwed everything
Who's
up.
not coming?
I've been calling Luke all day, leaving messages, and I just got this text. Ace went into the office early this morning, and they're gone. Kaput. Empty. The folks next door said that they left in the middle of the night. No forwarding address, no explanation, no nothing.
But I don't understand.
Don't you see? We've been scammed. I trusted them. You trusted me. I got everybody's hopes up. I can't go there and tell them.
Oh, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Everything will work out. So we don't get on TV. So we don't make a bunch of money. I think this show may be the best thing I've done. You've done amazing things this season. You've held the place together with bubble gum and spit. We're on the road to getting out of a deep financial hole and maybe ending up in the black. That's you, Em. You're responsible for that. We've got one show left. And it's not bad, if I do say so myself. You have faith in me. And that means everything. So working alongside you on this show has brought up a lot of memories. Good memories, mostly. But also misgivings. I miss you, Em. I'm not the man that I promised to be. I'm not the husband that you needed. There were things about me I could not defend. When you said goodbye, I just conceded. So I was just a fool and I let you go. We parted friends, but there was pain. Bring back the days when we could trust each other. Let's try to fall in love again.
There was a time when I thought I could change and try to love with everyone.
live with you. We're older now, and I don't want to grow old alone. But the idea of moving back in with you scares the ever-living crap out of me. We gotta take this thing slow. Right now, we got a show to put on. And whatever happens between us, we're just gonna have to wait. Right now, I've got to go tell the cats.
Do they think we are?
What kind of fools they take us for? We won't take this anymore. Damn, what a pile of crap!
Get your ass back!
Show up that we can be had.
If those turkeys back down, get your ass there, down.
Just you wait and see.
They could get us down.
We're a bunch of clowns.
We don't know it's Peter Funky. That's nuts. It ain't no joke. We
Won't be fooled again.
know just what to do.
Peter, people, cast and crew. Don't the show must go on. This is where we all belong. Pier 1 is our home.
You know, I never really bought into this whole production thing anyway. I think we're better off. This is our audience right here in Homer. These are our people. This is who Dylan wrote this for. So, let's give them a show.
Yeah.
goes up.
How is the house?
It's opening night. It's as quiet as a mouse.
Do I know my life?
Does my costume fit?
Can I find my light?
Do I have time to share?
It's lighting.
It's lucky.
It's getting your warm.
It's making the popcorn and finding the star.
fly and the lions unfurl, with strangers who come just to be entertained. The curtain goes up and you're nervous as hell. I just lost my dinner, you do well. That's just how it goes, that's the actor's real life. Every play off, it's opening night.
And now the moral of this tale I'll tell. Thus spoke the playwright, Hark, I knew him well. He oft denied the nihilistic doom, that Scottish play by Shakespeare, full of gloom, that did proclaim in measured meter thus some lines that I hope don't apply to us.
My ghostly presence doth portray the man whose name you cannot speak on stage. I am Macbeth, that Scottish king and murderous lout, who stuck his knife in Duncan, hear me out.
If these illusions fly above your head, go buy a motto you once read in freshman English that you now forgot. Brush up your Shakespeare, remember that damned spot. And reverence the bard, you all should know that few remember him's a source of woe.
Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Nothing? I object. All the world's a stage, he said. It's true. But if that's the case, what are we to do? What life's about I don't pretend to know. What's real, we can debate. But tonight's show, with the actors and the house full of gentlefolk all trying to know what these few lines evoke, our company before you doth proclaim, our partnership is all we can claim. The play's the thing, said Hamlet, he was right. And those the actors tell, though maybe trite, reflect the human state in all its glory. All hail the stage, it's theater, it's a story.